Good morning, everybody. It's morning time when I'm recording this video. My name is Melissa Vyatt. This is PE 589. Dr. Andrew Allstott. I still don't know how to pronounce that name. Is our professor, and of course, is fall 2. So, the name of my study is Little Known Facts About Expectations in High School Physical Education and Why They Matter. Alright, so the purpose of this study was to investigate the expectations parents and teachers and administrators have for their high school physical education and how these expectations the overall well-being of the student. So the reason why I kind of wanted to do this study was because in my PE classes I wanted to know, it's my first year teaching, I wanted to know what would engage the students more at the high school level. We all know that high school is a very difficult level to teach PE because the kids have a lot going on. Their moods are changing, their attitudes are changing, their bodies are changing, so a lot of times they don't want to participate. So I just wanted to know how these three groups of people, parents, teachers, and administrators, how they affect the students' well-being. I did 4 research questions for my study, and the first one is, how do parents' perception of PE affect their expectations of their child's PE experience? Question 2, or question B, what expectations do educators have for PE classes? Question C, what are some attributes of PE teachers who have low expectations of their students? And finally, D, what are some attributes of PE teachers who have high expectations of their students? Alright, so my values, faith, and beliefs. The first one says, the research and results of the study will help me to be a better educator. So it's going to help me be a better educator by maximizing student engagement. Sorry, someone's knocking at the door. Maximizing student engagement. So discovering from this study, I planned on using it every day and becoming a better teacher each day. Next, this information will help me become a better Christian because the Bible says that Christ was the greatest example of all things, and he did all things well, and so I think that from the results from this study will help me to become better at my job and to perform at the highest level that I need to for myself and for the students. Next, so this relates to my strengths because I have the passion. It says, because I desire to teach my students to have the same passion, and I can do this better if I know whose expectations affect them the most. And on this side, through the study, I would like to broaden my horizons. I would like to know what students would like to learn in PE. Right here, it says, I would like to learn how to teach aerobics, kickboxing, yoga, and other classes that will keep students engaged. Just to show them that working out can be fun, and you can perform it in many different ways. It doesn't always have to be running the mile or doing push-ups. Slide number 3. So this is my first article review, and it really has a lot to do with my study. The name of it is Parents' Perception of their children's experience in physical education and youth sport. So this was more focused on comparing physical education and youth sport, but I actually found a lot of useful information from this about PE and how parents think about PE. So the author is Jaquan Na, and the purpose of his study was to investigate parents' perception of their children's experience in physical education and youth sport. So kind of just like the title. And there are 41 registered parents involved in the study. And so the parents answered questionnaires. Those questionnaires were analyzed through inductive analysis. Then 10 volunteers interviewed. The interview information was then transcribed, listened to, and themes were determined. Obviously, the methods are qualitative interviews and questionnaires, so the results are very mixed in this study. I didn't even realize it until I was actually doing this PowerPoint, how mixed it was. I knew it was mixed, but it's extremely mixed. So one result is 17 parents stated physical education was scaled down version of youth sports. Well, that's kind of true. We all kind of know that, but we can, as physical educators, we can learn that and know that we don't want to have our class be at such a low level or to be kind of viewed as that. Another parent said physical education was a time of goofing off. As you can see, they're not really taking it serious right there. And finally, parents seem to agree physical education is a valuable subject in education. So there's another group of parents kind of disagreeing with this one right here that says about goofing off. And so this really applies to my study. If we go back to the first research question, it says, how do parents' perception of PE affect their expectation of their child's PE experience? This influences the way the parent's perception influences the way the child perceives PE. And if the parent perceives it as a time of goofing off, then more than likely the child will too. And right here it says it's a valuable subject in education, and so a lot of times, not every single situation a student they'll usually agree with their parent, not in every situation, of course. So that's my first journal review. My second one, getting connected, high school physical education teacher behaviors that facilitate students' relatedness, support, perception. Wow, that was a lot of words. So the author is Cassandra Sparks. The purpose of her study was to investigate in which ways students in class perceptions and experience. So there was 48 male and female high school students in this group. The groups were interviewed, and the interviews were audio recorded. Answers were transcribed after. Data was analyzed by different authors to ensure validity. There was probably 5 or 6 authors in this, and they all took the time to analyze the data, which I thought was a really good thing. Obviously, the method is qualitative, and the main source was the interview guide. The results of this study suggest teachers' enthusiasm, individualized conversation, pairing behaviors, and task-related support help students succeed in physical education. And I feel like a lot of us who at least have taken the credentialing program at APU have learned these things too. Like, we already kind of know it. So I feel like this was confirmation for me in the things I already know, but not necessarily have applied yet completely all of them. So this applies to my study. This is more with question B right here. What expectations do educators have for their PE classes? So the expectations they have are enthusiasm, individual conversation, caring, and related task support. Those attributes help students succeed. So if we plan or we are physical educators, we should be applying these things. Of course, these are not the only things that we should be applying or teaching our students. We should be doing many. These are just a few of the attributes that this study covered. For my next one, it says, impact of motivational climate on students' behaviors and perceptions in a physical education setting. The author is Melinda A. Solomon, and her purpose was to examine differences in students' behaviors and perception of motivational climates. Alright, so 109 7th and 8th graders and 4 teachers. The reason why this is not really focused on high school, the reason why I kind of like this is because I feel like 8th graders, when you get freshmen in, they're still 8th graders. They still have the 8th grade mind, you know. And so that's why I thought this journal was applicable. The procedure, students were assigned to groups, task or ego climate. So the task group, they were more focused on achieving short-term goals and skills, Whereas the ego climate, they were focused on competition and basically being better than the next person. So they participated in 2 30-minute lessons on juggling. The reason why they did juggling was because a lot of the kids had no knowledge about juggling, so there could be no, oh, he's better than me or she's better than me. There could be no, there's an even level of skill right there. And after the second day of instruction, students completed 2 questionnaires. All classes were videotaped. Videos were reviewed by researchers. At the end of the study, teachers were interviewed. Each interview was audio taped and later transcribed. So the methods here was unconstructed observation over here where it says 2 30-minute lessons, the questionnaires, and the interviews. So the results of this study, students performed better in the task-involved climate than ego-involved climate. And I kind of think this makes sense to what I have learned over this past year of teaching PE. I think that a lot of kids, unless they play sports, don't like competition, but the ones who do play sports do like competition. So this also has to go back to question B. What expectations do educators have for PE classes? These teaching, 2 types of expectations were presented here. So the teacher that was involved in teaching skill and short-term goals and just mostly having fun, the students performed better than the students who were with the teacher who had the ego involved or the competitive climate. And so I think these are different, along with the last slide, these are different kind of attributes that us teachers can have. There's such a broad range that I think that we wish we could know all of the things to be the perfect teacher, but it just takes time and experience. So the methodology for my study is, of course, I had to get permission from my school, and then consent forms were signed from parents. Then I passed out a survey, and the name of it was Physical Education Expectations Survey, PES survey. It was handed out. The students had the entire period to finish it, but most of them were done in less than 10 minutes. Once all the questionnaires were turned in, the data was put into Google Forms. Yes, that took a minute. Once all the data was entered, categories and themes were created. The original participants were supposed to be all of my students, which would have been 241, but you know, high school students, you can bribe them with extra credit and lots of things, but only half of them turned in, which I'm thankful for that half. So 120 high school physical education students. And the survey was qualitative method, of course. 10 Likert scales questions were asked, answered, and the answers included strongly agree to strongly disagree. So there were 5. So A was strongly agree, the next one was agree, the middle one was undecided or neutral, the next one was disagree, and the final one was strongly disagree. So I had each question and then multiple choice with all 5 of those answers afterwards, because I don't think kids would understand it if I did it any other way. The results. So most of the results on this one are for question A. How do parents' perception of physical education affect their expectation of their child's physical education experience? 80% agreed if they were expected to do well in PE by their parent, they would succeed. So that's a really good high number. You know, if their parents expect them, then they will succeed. But if their parents don't, 20% kind of is saying that they won't succeed. 77.5% agreed if their parent didn't expect them to do well in physical education, they would succeed anyway. I really like this one. Regardless of what their parent thought, they were like, no, I'm gonna succeed in PE. This is something that I need to do for myself. 85% disagreed, so they disagreed with this statement. If their parent expected them to do well in PE, they would not succeed. So exactly the opposite. Exactly what I just said up here. 85% said that, I'm going to put it in some other words. 85% said that they would succeed even if their parents did not care or didn't think they could succeed. 79% disagreed with this statement. They would not succeed in PE if they were not expected to by their parents. So basically, it didn't matter at these particular students. It didn't matter to them what their parent thought. It mattered, that they wanted to succeed in PE, and I'm sure you would not get those percentages in other subjects like math or science or even English. 72% valued their parents' expectation of their performance in physical education. So this actually probably ties into the question the best. 72% value their parents' opinion about PE. And I'm sure that 72%, that's the lowest number here, so definitely students care about what their parents think about PE. Discussion. So research question A. So we'll just talk about this. So I'll read the question. How do parents' perception of PE affect their expectations of their child's physical education experience? The data collected in the study suggests most students will succeed regardless of their parents' expectations, but most value their opinion. Kind of just what I said in the last slide. Only 8.3% said they wouldn't succeed if their parents didn't expect them to. So this is an extremely low number. Like, this is probably if everyone took the survey, this would probably maybe be 15 or 20%. So 15 or 20% of your kids are saying that they would not succeed if their parents did not expect them to. I think this has a lot to do with knowing this number and then planning an attack of how to decrease this number even more. According to Jake Wanal, which was the first author of the first article, parents had mixed feelings about the importance of physical education, but when parents valued it, so did their child. So this is a source, another study that shows that when the parents value it, the child will value it. Research question B. What expectations do educators have for physical education classes? The data collected in this study suggests high expectations by teachers help students succeed, but not in all cases. We know that in every class. You could have the most amazing teacher, and there's always 1, 2, maybe 3 students that still get a D or an F and don't even try, So, according to Lee, I can't pronounce that first name. According to Lee, teachers who focus mainly on carrying through engrossment actions and reciprocation have high expectations for their classes. Alright, recommendations, implications, and future research. So, there's 3 groups in the beginning. Let's go back. There's 3 groups that I mentioned right here. Investigate expectations parents, teachers, and administrators have. So those 3 groups, we'll talk about them right now. I recommend teachers gain insight from this study, which should help both teacher and that's supposed to say student succeed in the physical education setting. So I think that the information in the study will help the student and the teacher, because if the teacher is understanding how to become better, then of course I feel like students will also achieve better grades. Administrators, I didn't ask too many questions about the administrators, but mostly the students didn't care what the administrator thought, so I think that that's the administrator's fault because they're not necessarily involving themselves in PE. Like, a lot of times our administrator will go into so many classes, so many times throughout the week, but they'll never come out to PE, which I don't kind of mind because, they kind of get stressed out, but at the same time, it's like they need to be involved. The kids need to see them out there, so I would just encourage administrators to get more involved in PE, which should help students care more about it too. When teachers and administrators come together to implement change in physical education, students recognize this and follow it. So that's kind of along what I just said. So teachers should build rapport with students, provide in-class social support, avoid crowded conditions, avoid comparing students, and allow students to work with friends. That one sounds like, oh no, I can't do that. But honestly, we do that here at Hemet High School, and the students honestly perform better. And when they're not with their friends, they just stand there. But when they're with their friends, they kind of pull them along and help. So I think that we know about all these other things. You definitely don't want to compare students. You want to avoid crowded conditions. Just the way we would like to be in PE. You know, we don't want to be where there's, who likes crowds? No one really likes crowds, you know. So we got to try to consider ourselves when we're considering our students. Finally, parents. Parents should provide their child with emotional and informational support. So this mainly means asking them meaningful questions about class. So not just, how was your day today? Oh, it's fine. Okay. You know, you gotta say, oh, so what did you do in PE? Oh, how was that? Oh, you know, just asking in-depth questions. Everyone knows their child and everyone knows what they respond to and what they don't. So I think that it's the parents' job, their responsibility to get as much out of the student as they can to help them really understand how they feel about all of their classes, not just PE. And finally, for future research, I plan on doing a similar version of this survey at the beginning of each year because I want to know who influences my students the most. Is it me? Is it my principal? Is it their parent? Is it themselves? You know, I would want to include those things. And I definitely don't think that the the beginning of the second semester is a bad time either. So, or even at any point in the semester, just getting to know your students better is always a great way to help yourself become better. And that is actually my last slide. Let's see. And I am right at 20 minutes. All right, perfect. Well, I'll see you guys on your presentation, and I hope you enjoyed mine and got everything out of it that, you know, will help you become better. All right, thank you.